Hey guys, I haven't shot a video in almost a week. Last week was super busy for me. I brought my first ever female MMA fighter to fight in an MMA event. It was actually her first fight in an MMA event. She had two kickboxing fights before that. She just turned 18 about maybe 3 months ago, maybe less than that. And it was very stressful for me because she was coming off two losses. Both losses was the first loss was kind of not really her fault. She fought someone much more experienced than her, maybe over 4 years of training versus her 8 months of training. At that time, she was 16. And then the second loss, we took a fight on a 5-day notice, and we fought someone who has over a year of training experience. And this girl, I think, was like 24, 25. And Paige, at that time, just turned 18. So finally, they were able to fight each other because you cannot have a minor, someone under 18 fight an adult, unless there's special, authority by the commissioner. So, and then last week we went to Whitehall, New York to fight against a girl who's maybe, I think, 25 or something, and the training experience is all about the same. It's just that Paige has a little bit more competition experience because she already did two kickboxing match. So anyways, super stressful. We drove for about 5 hours, got there. They were able to put us up for the night. And so Paige actually beat the girl in the first round and in 11 seconds. So 11 seconds. So it was pretty crazy. And it was kind of stressful for me because I had broken my arm, 4 weeks prior to that. And I still have a broken arm, healing really well. And it was super stressful because I couldn't really hold the mitts for her, couldn't hold the pads for her, couldn't grapple with her, couldn't wrestle with Paige. So we negotiated the fight so that it was just more like one round of grappling, one round kickboxing. They didn't want to do that. It was back and forth. And finally, I got fed up and said, I'll go for it. But I was super stressed out. I was super worried about Paige coming off a three-fight lose. Paige losing this fight. If she did, then she will have a 3-fight losing streak, and that could be very mentally tough for somebody who never won, and especially someone who young in their career, So we went through all these scenarios, fighting against the fence, ground and pound, stuff like that. But never in my mind did it went over Paige knocking her opponent out in 11 seconds. So pretty amazing. The combo was phenomenal. It was they touched glove, but Ashley, Paige's opponent, didn't understand about touching glove. It was her first fight also. So Ashley didn't know touching gloves. Ashley threw a cross that was really slow. Paige kind of saw the cross coming, kind of put up a high guard, and then Paige returned fire with a cross, low kick, hit her, the girl back away, turned her face sideways for a little bit, and then Paige stepped in some more, threw a jab cross, hook cross, and then basically knocked her out. Watch the video, I'll put the link in below. Anyways, phenomenal. Paige was super excited, started running around, dancing in the ring, stuff like that. Super excited. I think it's because the adrenaline was building. And I was trying to calm Paige down because her opponent basically was covering her face for almost 2 minutes. And out of respect for your opponent, you should not be celebrating, especially when your opponent's injured. You should celebrate when if the opponent's not injured, maybe she got knocked down, got back up, and fight's over, but don't celebrate when your opponent's injured. Let's just say the opponent broke his neck or is completely knocked out. The first thing you should do is check up on your opponent, provided the medical director lets you kind of maneuver, check up on them. But if they don't, that's fine, out of respect, especially at my school. We follow the Japanese etiquette, the Budo way, Bushido way. So what we do is we bow to our opponent, and then we step back. We might celebrate a little bit, but we keep it very, very low key. So that's something I did not go over with Paige, so I do not fault her for that, because it's my fault as a trainer, as a coach, to not go over those things. So during our classroom time, on Monday during class, we went over over it, and I mentioned that these are things you need to do, you know. So, phenomenal experience. I'm so happy because I was getting a lot of pressure from her parents and stuff like that about fighting and stuff, especially when your son or daughter has 2 losses in a row and then they're heading to the third loss. And sometimes people don't know what's involved in training someone, and they only see the final result. You know, they don't see all the hard work. They don't see what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build. And sometimes certain skill set takes longer to acquire, and you don't see any result. You know, and certain skill set comes quickly. So let's just say you're fighting an opponent, and this guy happens to be bigger and stronger than you, and you just lack the size, right? So you get beat up, and it's not because you don't have the skill. It's because you're just physically smaller. So maybe in a year's time, your opponent doesn't have any skill, will lose to you, and they'll lose to you over and over and over again because it took you a year to acquire those skills. And maybe in your case, you couldn't get those skills initially because you just lacked the size. You know, I apologize about the sun behind me. That's why it's so dark and I can't do anything about it. So here's the situation. We went to Whitehall, New York, and we watched the fight. And I think it's one of the worst organized event in the sense of like officials checking the gloves, walking the fighters in, just the whole 9 yards. And you know, granted, it's a smaller event, but it's very disheartening. The room meeting was like terrible room meeting. I think it was the shortest room meeting ever, like a minute, if not even. And I feel sorry for all the fighters who try to do this event. It's not a good experience for them, I don't think, unless they have a good coach to guide them. The room meeting was so short. Ground and pound thing. Most organization for amateurs won't let you do ground and pound unless you have 3 fights or more. And this sanctioning body allowed ground and pound for people, you know, with one debut fighters. You know, kind of scary. You know, the problem with just ground and pounding is that you're not developing your grappling skill, right? And lots of injury can happen, and the stake is much higher. So if you do decide to go to this event, make sure it favors you in the sense that you can get back on your feet when you're getting ground and pounded. You have a good base. Your jiu-jitsu, unless you're like purple belt level and used to getting hit, is useless because you're getting smashed as you're trying to do an arm bar and stuff. So you gotta work on getting back on your feet, or you gotta get on scrambling, no pulling guards. Alright? So the strategy is much different. The other thing people don't understand, that how you train in the classroom may not carry over during the fight, because during the fight, everything's escalated so much higher. Like the speed, the aggression, everything is like double, if not triple. Paige's fight was less than 11 seconds. 11 seconds, and she hurt her wrist from hitting her opponent in the face twice. She hurt her shoulder muscle because her body just exploded into those punches. You know what I mean? So for about 2 days, her shoulder, her back muscle was hurting, and her wrist was hurting because she hits her opponent so hard. So do not rely on your jiu-jitsu because you'll get grounded and pounded unless you're used to getting grounded and pounded, you know. Anyways, the thing I want to talk about was that I must have been to almost, 18 MMA events now, from six different promoters and organizers. And the thing is, not once have any promoters asked me, hey, what do you think? You know, what can we do better? Not once. You know, and the funny thing is, I used to be in the fashion industry, so I used to be in the backseat, dressing up the models, putting them on the runway, and putting on a fashion show is equally as stressful, maybe not at the same level as putting on an MMA show. Because in a fashion runway show, we have models to put clothes on, we have hairstylists, we have lighting, we have the stage, we have the music, we have the DJs, we have the runway. We have to try to get the press to show up and take photos, and we have the lighting issue. The whole 9 yards is super stressful. The runway show might be anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours long, and the stress level is so high. And so I'm used to that experience. I'm used to seeing what can be done better. And to this day, no promoter has ever asked me, "Hey, how can we do things better, like management-wise?" And the funny thing is, you don't even have to do a lot, just a few things here and there, and it will make the show go better. In the sense of not just the front end, like what the audience see, but the back end, and what the fighters see. Because as a coach, I don't want to put my fighter in a position where they don't get good positive experience. Where they don't learn from it. Where everything's so chaotic. Anyways, another thing I want to talk about is, okay. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this video because I want to show the second part.